I'm gonna just run this over the hair like so. Hold the bob, and she was like, "Don't you worry, I'm gonna make it happen." Just like so, kind of pulling that back. Higher pony. With my fingertips. If you enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like or a comment. For most of the models used in videos on this channel, it is their first time ever being on YouTube, so please be kind and respectful. Thank you for your support and enjoy the video. Hello friends! I have our beautiful model Chanel here, and today we're doing a relaxing hair play session with a little bit of light massage around the face area and the neck area. So she's wearing this hair clip that I'm just gonna change. So I'm just going to gently run the brush through the hair, just making sure there's no knots or tangles. And then pulling the hair back out of the face. And I'm just going to do a light little twist. I'll just do some gentle tucking just to stimulate the scalp. And then I'm going to use my hands to gather the hair to the one side. And I'll just tip it over the shoulder. And then holding the head still, I'm going to just lightly run my fingers along the jawline. Do a little bit of tapping on the cheek, under the eye area, very gently, and then some taps on the forehead. And just running my hands over the neck and shoulder area gently. hands from the neck up into the scalp. And then we'll move the hair over to the other side. Supporting the head with my one hand, and then just running my hands from the neck up into the scalp. Just to provide a little bit of pressure and treatment to the neck and lower scalp area. Our necks work very hard in conjunction with the back to help us throughout the day doing our daily work and tasks. So it deserves some love. Just running my hands from the neck down the shoulders. Not applying too much pressure, but even a little bit of light touch can be beneficial and provide relief for the muscles. And just tapping under the cheek area. Just getting a little bit of blood flow to the face, bringing some oxygen to the face. And then a little bit around the forehead and temples as well. Applying a little bit more pressure here. And then moving the hair back. Running my fingers through it a little. And then I'm going to use this little comb. And I'm just going to use the tip to make a nice even middle part. So this is actually a teasing comb, but we're not going to use it for teasing today. I am just going to use it gently over the hair. I'm not the biggest fan of teasing. It's quite damaging for the hair, but of course it does provide nice volume. Okay, so I'm going to just run this over the hair like so, kind of flattening it out. So when I was in high school, I took part in this musical that my high school was hosting. I wasn't singing or anything crazy, but I was just kind of in the background. And back in those days, the little bob on top of the head, the little wave on top of the head was very trendy. So they decided that for the part of the musical that I was in, I was meant to make my hair into that little wavy thing. But my hair isn't very thick, so I was really struggling to get it to hold. And I was in the youngest high school grade. I was in grade 8. And one of the older girls in grade 12 told me that she could help me to make that little bob on my head. And I told her, I just don't think that I have the type of hair that can hold the bob. And she was like, don't you worry, I'm gonna make it happen. And I kind of got some real life ASMR tingles in that moment. I think it was just her confidence and of course her playing with my hair that felt so nice. But I always remember that moment when I think back about the musical. So I'm using this brush to just brush close to the roots. These bristles are quite firm, so they really flatten the hair out nicely close to the root area. Just making a nice, neat middle part in the hair. And then I'll just take some small sections in the front and run the brush all the way through so that it looks very nice and neat from the front. And I'll do the same thing this side. Just to give the hair that nice, slick look. And I'll just do another little piece here. And I'm going to grab kind of the top section of the hair now, just like so, kind of pulling that back. Gathering the top section in the center. I'm going to twist it. And then I have this little gold metal clip that I'm going to try and use to hold the hair. Make it in a little bun. I'll grab the clip and just and then put the other pieces to the front. And I'm gonna run my hands over the scalp, applying pressure with my fingertips. Massaging the scalp. And gathering all the hair together again. Gathering the hair in a bit of a higher pony. And then just massaging the scalp from the bottom, behind the ears, the nape of the neck, while holding it steady at the top. And then bring all the hair up. Just do a little bit of massage with my fingertips along the back of the neck. Applying a decent amount of pressure. And slowly letting the hair drop back in place. Now I'll just use the normal hairbrush. Lightly brush it up. then I'll go ahead and just put the hair back in place. Run my hands through it a little bit to allow it to fall naturally. And then that is it for this session. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye. If you would like to see more content from me or simply support this channel, please consider joining my Patreon for bonus videos, behind the scenes content, and ad-free videos. The link will be in my description below.